How's it going, everybody? Let's see here. Do. I don't want to do that. For this one. Okay. Do. So let's see here. So first, we're going to be talking about some guns here, and one of the things I saw today was the governor of Illinois talking out his ass. Has no idea what the hell he's talking about. And the heck? Yeah, he's talking about the AR-15s, and because they can shoot 60 rounds per second. Yeah, 60 rounds per second. Now, being in the army, and even I had the squad automatic weapon, or known as the SAW, which basically shoots 5.56 rounds, the same thing as M16. It's just belted, and that doesn't even shoot 60 rounds per second. So this guy is talking out his ass, and unless you know what he's talking about and stuff, I mean, people are gonna suck this up and run with it, going, "Oh my god, 60 rounds per second, AR-15s." Just something else to try and give the AR-15 community a bad name for something that this jackass has no idea what he's talking about. You know, it's like when they use the term assault rifle. And I know other creators have probably talked about this. Yeah, AR and the AR-15 doesn't stand for assault rifle. It's the name of the initials of the name of the company, Armalite. So, and it's just the style of, you know, gun. There's nothing to be scared about. These politicians will talk about, "Oh, it's too aggressive looking." To what? It shoots one round at a time, just like any other rifle does. And then they talk about, "Oh, it's automatic rifle." No, it's not. AR-15s are a semi, just like a pistol. You hit the trigger once and only one round goes off. You have to have a special government license to get an automatic weapon. And from what I hear, it takes like a year because not only do they do a background check, putting on a rubber glove and reaching up your butt to to see everything that you've had happen in your lifetime and stuff, you have to tell them specific information like why you want it, why you need it, and at what purpose is it going to be used for. Kind of like if you go to Vegas. I believe they got some of the indoor ranges where you can rent to shoot like an automatic weapon there. Okay, if you got an indoor range and you're in a state that would be permitted to have something like that, you know, and you go through all the background check and everything, then so be it. So, and yeah, like I said, doesn't stand for an assault rifle, what would be considered, let's put it this way, to be considered an assault rifle, you would have to assault somebody with it. So you take the buttstock of the AR-15 and you smack somebody in the head with it. Now it's an assault rifle. And then if we want to go down this road, you got the assault rifle. Okay, so it's an assault weapon. That's the other term they like to use, assault weapon. Okay, what else can be used as an assault weapon? Cars. They kill more people than guns do. Do you see them taking away people's cars? No. They prosecute the drivers for drunk driving, DWI, DUI, road rage, whatever the case might be. They put the driver away in jail. So why is it different with a gun? They keep saying, "Ooh, guns kill people." No, people kill people. I did. What was it? It was years ago. I don't even think I had a YouTube account yet. I think it was, maybe I did a live Facebook, but I put a gun on the table, and I just left it there with my phone just pointed at it and stuff. And every so while, I come and take a look at it. It's like, nope, hasn't gone off yet. I don't know what to say. The gun just never went off and just decided to kill somebody. You know, it's just stupid. Because I mean, if we want to go down this rabbit hole, then okay, hammers. Hammers is an assault weapon. You assault somebody with it. You hit them in the head or whatever the case might be. Crowbar. Crowbar can be an assault weapon. A can of Campbell's soup can be an assault weapon. Sit there and throw it at somebody's head and crack their head open or something, or knock them out. That can be an assault weapon. So we're going to stop selling hammers, crowbars, cans of soup. If you want to do a John Wick style, stab somebody with a pencil, well, now we can't sell pencils. It's just stupid. And and then they always do this thing with, oh, we need stricter gun laws. Really? Criminals don't obey the law. You want to help take guns off of the street? Why don't you use the money, the millions of dollars of money every year you spend on trying to disarm the general public that obey the rules and law? Why don't you dump all that energy and resources into the black market? I mean, how many of these guns that you end up finding out that there's no serial number, or the gun was supposed to be destroyed and somehow got back out onto the street? Who the hell didn't do their job on that one? You know, I mean, it's like I recently just got another pistol and got my first suppressor and had to get photographed and fingerprinted and stuff. And it was kind of funny because the lady's like, "You're just like, do you have any problems giving me your fingerprints?" I said, "Nope." I said, "I've been in the military." I said, they've got my DNA and my fingerprints and everything from the military." And I said, "I can't tell you how many background checks I've gone for the post office and my concealed carry permit and stuff. I I follow the law. I got nothing to hide, you know? So, all right, let's see. Let's talk about oh, so since we're making a YouTube video here or live stream YouTube, let's talk about YouTube videos. Now, we've all heard the term tipping fatigue. Tipping is getting out of hand and stuff. You go to Subway and they make your sandwich, which they get paid for per hour. But then when you check out, you're hit with, "Would you like to add a tip?" It's like, really? You're getting paid $15 an hour or however much to make a damn sandwich, and now you expect to be tipped on it just because you hand it to me in a wrapper? Really? Um, the hell was I going with this? I just lost my train of thought. Oh, so okay, so that tipping fatigue. Now I want to call it sponsorship fatigue on YouTube. Now I know people people have their sponsors and they get extra money and stuff for it. I get it, but how many times have you seen YouTube videos have in-paid promotions, which they're supposed to, let's see here, be, I don't know which way this video is going to show it, but it's up in the corner and it'll usually say in-paid promotion, and that's where they've got a sponsorship for the video, so they have to alert you that there's a sponsorship uh, piece included in the video. I've seen some of these videos, some of these YouTubers where they have like 3 different sponsorships in one video. And then with all the YouTube ads get placed in the video and stuff too. I get that. And I get some of the sponsorship thing, like one sponsorship thing in a video or something. But, when you got 2 or 3, it's like what happened, it's like with the sponsorships and then all the YouTube ads and stuff placed uh in the video. It's like, did you make the video to make the content or did you make the video to make money? Was it all about making money and throwing a YouTube out there, a video out there, or was it actually about making the content itself? It's like me. I mean, I'm not monetized or anything. I'm not making shit off of this video. So I mean, if you guys see YouTube ads when this video's done, if you guys see YouTube ads running through this video, that's YouTube. That ain't me. So yeah, I'm not making anything. So um let's see. Do. So anyways, with the sponsorship stuff, and then some of them, they don't even put the in-paid promotion logo up there. And it's kind of irritating because there's like there's a car channel I watch. I don't know if I should out his channel or not. I won't. But it's just kind of irritating because it's like they'll be cleaning up some stuff and it's like, "Oh, let's clean up this oil and stuff." And sure enough, you know that he's about to do a sponsorship thing because all of a sudden it's like, "Oh yeah, you can use release. It's good for this and this and this and this and blah 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 blah." And then all of a sudden you see it's like, "Oh, and the link's down in the video to get 20% off your order," or whatever the case might be. And it's like, really? You don't even say that today's video is sponsored by whatever. you just start cleaning with release and then throw your spill at it. It's like you ruin the freaking video, man. And like I said, I know they got to make their money and stuff, but I mean, it's one thing if you say, "Oh, today's sponsor is uh Chapter, Raycon, whatever." There's so many of them now, and some of them are ridiculous expensive. It's like I don't know what kind of money I know what kind of money that some of these content creators make because I've actually Googled it on, how much money does a YouTuber make with 1 million subscribers or 2 million subscribers, 3 million subscribers. And yeah, for some of these with and that's just YouTube ads. That's not even the sponsorship money they get on top of that. And so like the sponsorship, depending on the sponsor and the level of YouTuber you are, I mean, there is a difference between 5,000 a month or 25,000 a month. And that's per sponsorship. So if they got multiple sponsors and stuff, you know, and then some of the sponsors are kind of unreal. I mean, you got Raycon. That's a very common one and stuff. And, $80, you get the 20, usually it's 20% off or whatever. So you get a set of earbuds or whatever, or now they got the the ones that go over your ears and they're like a bone conductor. They don't even go in your ear. So you can actually still hear stuff around you. So, you know, so I mean those are affordable. But some of these are are crazy. Um there was one steak and butter gal, I think is her channel name. Like her content and stuff. She talks about carnivore and some of the foods of what to eat and what not to eat, and some of the stuff that is better for you and all that. So, like a lot of the stuff is, the seed oils, vegetable oil, canola oil, that kind of stuff is bad for you because it's hard on your digestion tract and stuff. So the new thing is avocado oil or like even beef tallow is to better for you and stuff and for your body. And then uh but like with her videos, she had one and it was for an air filter purifier. And what I don't want to say triggered me, but what got my attention is that her um, discount was 30% off. So I'm like, 30% off. It's like, how expensive does this thing have to be to get 30% off? And so they can still make a profit and stuff. And I looked up this thing, and this thing was like $2,000 or $1,500. I don't know. It was in the thousands. I think it might have been like 1,500. I'd have to like try to find her video and look it up and stuff again. But in today's economy and stuff, and uh, with I know gas is coming back down, but at this time gas was going up, food was going up, and supposedly food is supposed to be coming back down, supposedly. But it's like, who the hell has an extra $1,500 to spend on a damn air purifier? I got better things to do with 1,500 bucks. You got bills to pay, and What if you got a car to fix or something, fix up a car or something. But, that's like a luxury item. That's not a must-have item. And then she does the carnivore diet, and which I might have said already, I don't know. So then she does like steak and ground beef, which is all grass fed and grass finish. And again, she uses another sponsor from this mom and pop farm somewhere. I can't remember where it's at, but I went to the website and looked it up. Again, it's like, who can afford to eat like this? I mean, I get grass fed and grass finish is better for you. There's no antibiotics and no hormones, and it's not processed the same way and stuff as like Costco and Safeway and all of those meats. And I mean, it even looks different. It's like more dark blood red, not bright pinkish red. But and then the dairy, she does the raw A2 butter, the kefir, milk, cream, sour cream, and stuff. And yeah, it's like I'm looking up all this stuff. The milk is like $35 a gallon for A2 raw milk. The butter was like $28 for a 1 pound brick. And again, I, it's like how the hell you should be realistic with your audience and stuff on stuff that they can benefit from, from what you're trying to promote and sponsor and stuff. And then not only that, it's like some of the stuff that she eats and stuff or gets is specific to her state, to where some of the stuff they won't ship. So it's kind of like, who's benefiting from it? You're getting paid by the sponsor, but who can afford it, and then two, who can actually get it? So um another one, let's see. Oh, another one is from another channel, and it was with a drone. And it was a cool little drone, and it like fits like in your pocket. And the video that he shows from the drone and stuff, I mean, it's beautiful footage. It's got to be at least 4K, 60 frames, maybe 120 frames per second. And for the price point for this thing, it better be. Yeah, so with his promotion, sponsorship promotion thing, I think it was 10 or 20% off, maybe. But again, I went, I clicked on the link. Yeah, the drone is like $800 for this drone. Again, people have got better things to do with $800 than to go buy a damn drone. And that's with the discount. So I can't remember what well, actually, it didn't show the regular price. It showed the promotional price because I clicked on the link. I didn't go to see what the regular price was. So, yeah, it just I don't know. I mean, another one, another sponsorship one was dealing with the air fryer, which I actually bought. That wasn't actually too bad of a deal. Um, it's kind of cool because our air fryer that we had was an instant pot air fryer that we got back, God, 2019 maybe. It might have been before 2020, that whole fiasco. So it's been pretty old, and it's Delta. We used it and stuff and got our use out of it. And father-in-law's got it now since we got this new one, but it's the Tasty air fryer, and it's kind of cool. It's about the same size as what we already had. Um, the top is like glass or whatever, and it's like touchscreen, so all your controls are on the top of it and stuff. And it actually got a lot more um, detail controls than what our old one did. So, like the temperatures, you can get more detailed temperatures rather than going up 20 degrees at a time. This goes like by 5 or 10 degrees at a time. This one's actually got like a temperature probe. So, like if you do a steak, you plug it into the steak, and then on the top, and it's got a app also for it. So you can actually set your air fryer up through the app. So you can tell it steak, and then it'll even ask you if it's a ribeye or New York or whatever. And then it'll ask you like how you want it. Do you want medium rare, rare? And then that'll depend on what the temperature is that it cooks to. And so I always like my medium rare. So I always cook mine till like about 120 ish, and then let it sit on the plate and let some of that heat carry over to bring it up to 125 or 130. But anyways, so it's a little nicer unit and stuff than what our other one was. Oh, and then the little fryer basket. Yeah, it's even got a little button, and it turns on a light so you can see what you're actually cooking in there. Our other one didn't have that, so yeah, I was kind of surprised when I saw that. I'm like, holy shit! Told my wife about that. She's like, what? It's like, yeah, look at this, it lights up. That one wasn't too bad. If I remember right, with her promotion, she's another health nut that does carnivore and stuff. She's not as drastic as the other lady um, with stuff. Uh, but trying to think, the link that she provided is for the Tasty air fryer. I want to say that with her discount, you got it was $200, and you also got extra stuff with it. So you got extra these thing has like paper liners that you can use in it to help with so it doesn't get as dirty and stuff when you cook. Um, what else? Oh, a little cast iron grill that you put in there for like doing steaks or like pork chops. So you get the grill marks and stuff like that. So that, and I think that was like I don't know, $30 item or something like that. If you looked at the pricing and stuff. So yeah, it wasn't too bad of a deal. Uh, I've used it, and I actually like it better than our old one. So so yeah, I mean that deal wasn't too bad. I mean $200 is doable. Then like another one was a bed. Again, it's like, oh, 30% off or 25% off. And I clicked on the link, and it was what was it? I can't remember the queen size. I want to say it was a queen size bed. But again, it's like with the discount and stuff is like $3,000. It's like, okay, there's a lot cheaper beds than, $3,000 for uh foam and thermal foam that'll help dissipate heat to keep you cooler and all this other stuff. So, anyways, what else for YouTubers? Oh, and then just some of the influencers. I don't know. It just seems like they're they've always got something like protein powder and this and that, and it's like, and and again, it's like, are you making the video for content, or are you just making a video to put out protein powder or supplements or whatever to try to make money? It's like, some of this stuff, it's like, is it about the money or is it about making content? And, some I've seen some channels where it was all about the content and stuff, but then it's like they they hit 1,000,000 subscribers and stuff, and it's like they're the content is still entertainment and likable, but then you start to notice that they're getting like more and more sponsors in there and more YouTube ads and stuff where oh, so my wife has a channel. Now you want to talk about insane YouTube ads. Now, I don't know if this was YouTube or if this is something the influencer controls. Let me, if you see this, let me know in the comments. And so I guess I can just Google it too and find out. But if the channel is able to put in ads to their videos, so they have control of, like, they can put an ad in so much, or if YouTube does that automatically. But so anyways, we're watching this. It was one of her channels on her YouTube feed, and it's a husband wife couple, and they do the lost mail and lost mail and return packages and stuff. They buy those boxes for, $50, $100 or whatever of lost and returned mail. And we watched one of their videos, and their video was like 11 minutes long. And I kid you not, we got hit with a YouTube ad almost every 2 minutes. And we both, it's like by the end of the video, kind of looked at each other. It's like, because I said something first. It's like, are you kidding me? And she's like, she goes, are you talking about the ads? It's like, yeah. I said, this was on an 11-minute video, and we just got hit with 5 YouTube ads in an 11-minute video. It's like, seriously? So, you know, I don't know. So, uh, let's see here. What did I list this video as? I can't remember what I put the title as. Um, oh, so let's talk about QAnon. Now, first of all, this was all made up by mainstream media. There is no such thing as QAnon. That is some stupid thing that they put together for them. And I think what it was is somebody came up with a bright idea because there was Q, and that's this person that was posting stuff on 4chan and 8chan, and it wasn't about uh, child porn and uh, it, it wasn't any about that stuff like the mainstream uh media was talking about and stuff. So like I said, there was Q who posted stuff, and Anon is a person that followed Q. So you got the poster Q, and Anon is a person that follows that person, just like a subscriber that subscribes to your channel. They're following your channel to see what you post and stuff. Same thing. In fact, here, I am going to. Now, I'm not going to list. I don't. Shit. I don't know. I don't know if YouTube will ding me for it or not. I can't remember which place I had it. Is it on this one? Bear with me here. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is. So the website is qanon.pub, and it's actually still up. I've got it on my phone right here. That's qanon.pub. And you can go on there and read the stuff that was being posted. And a lot of the stuff being posted, the whole idea was to get you to think for yourself and stop listening to mainstream media, and to get you to understand or question. So when mainstream media says something, question it. And it's like, well, why would they say that? Or why would they say it this way? To get you to think for yourself and find answers, and go on the internet and go search it for yourself. That's basically what the whole Q Q thing was about, was to get people to think for themselves again and stop listening to mainstream media. And when people started doing that, people started seeing, it's like, oh, well, why would they? Yeah, that's not making sense. And then they go and do their own research and find out, oh, yeah, CNN took this out of context and promoted it this way. They left out all this other information that would have made, that you would have saw it, you would have understood it a different way if you would have had the whole story. And it's just kind of like with the things in the government and stuff. They cherry pick their topics. It's like you get a gun shooting with a white guy and a black guy, and I'm sorry, I hate using colors. To me, everybody's an American. And before you think about anything, my best man, his name was Charles. He's a black guy, ex-Marine. I got no problem. But it's like if you got white on black, boom, it's top news coverage for the next week. But if it's black on black, nope, won't see that. It's just like, well, like some of these shooters, you know, the, I mean, specifically, if I want to talk about it, the Trump shooters. They try to feed the propaganda that, oh, these were MAGA Republican, uh, NRA stuff. That's like what they come out with in the first 24 hours. But then after that, you come to find out, no, they were Democrats. They made donations to Act Blue, you know. So it, that was the whole thing with the whole Q post, is to get you to think for yourself. It wasn't anything about conspiracies, you know, stuff like that. It's when certain topics would arise on the news, there you could predict a Q post to come up, and then you would see, okay, well, why would NBC say this? Think about it. Um, or changing the business business model. Why would the CEO, or why is the CEO all of a sudden stepping down? You hear something about going on in Washington. Now all of a sudden you got CEOs, stepping down and retiring from companies all of a sudden. It's like, okay, so what's going on? Why all of a sudden are these people stepping down and retiring? Are they running away from something because something's about to drop and they know that their ass is going to be on the line, or what? So, that's the whole thing with Q. There's no such thing as QAnon. There was Q, and then the Anons. So, like, you got your influencer and you got your subscribers. Two different things. We don't say influence subscribers and run it all in one word. So, you might have heard this from other stuff, other people with YouTube channels, or Rumble or something, you know. So, yeah, just be careful of who you listen to, and fact check stuff. Uh, and some of and the other thing too is, with other influencers, that the see where some I know some of them will show you screenshots of their, like, resource of where they're getting their information from. So, like this one channel that I follow, they like to show screenshots or live screen things of their X or Twitter or whatever, and as their resource, or like where they're getting stuff from. Such and such said, or senator said, or congressman said this, or whatever. Or if you follow morning shows, uh, like I watch Louder with Crowder. He's pretty good, and like during his show, he'll sit there and say, the link is in the description of all of his resources where he's pulling this information from. Because if if a good influencer or somebody like Louder with Crowder, they have no problem showing their resources. Because the other thing too is, if one of the topics maybe you don't understand or frown upon, well, now you got that resource to go read, because maybe there was a little something that he left out that didn't make you understand fully when he was talking. And now you got the resource, and you can read the whole article or something and go, "Oh, okay." Or maybe the other way around is like, "Oh, yeah, I don't know about that because he put it this way, and yeah, I don't know." So it's always nice when uh, a channel provides you with the resources, so that way you can make your own opinion. And in the end of the day, that's I mean, you got resources, but is that source from the actual source itself, or was it something else that someone else regurgitated? Because like I had a buddy, and and this is when I had Facebook. Um, I don't even do that anymore. But he used to post stuff on there, and it's and it wasn't. It's like you would question him about it, and it was stuff from X or YouTube, and it's from channels that don't even, they're just opinionated channels. They don't provide you any resources and stuff for it. So it's kind of a joke. So it's always good to have if the person provides you with the resources, so that gives you like, oh, wait a minute, this is just a talk show, link. So it's like, okay, well, that's not from directly from the source. That's someone else's opinion about that. And so, and I'm going to say it right now, The View. I cannot, I have no idea how the hell The View is still on TV. That show is nothing but a bunch of shit talking out of their mouths. There's no facts about it whatsoever. All you hear is, well, I think, well, I know this, or well, I think this. Well, we don't give a shit about what you think. Give us a damn source. Give us the resource of where this information is coming from. I don't give a damn what you think about it. Especially Whoopi Goldberg, and then Joy. I don't know, Joy. When Joy speaks, she's like talking. It's like her ass talking. I can't stand her. So, trying to think of what else that I put down. Actually, I wonder if I can. Give me 1 second here. Are they gonna let me do it? I'm trying to see if they'll. Oh, here we go. Talk about gun video sponsorships and that. Okay, I'm on track so far. So, but anyways, yeah, you know, it's just gets tired of stuff of the mainstream media, and not having taking things out of context and making people misunderstand about stuff. Um, you know, and then oh, and then as far as like, yeah, social media too. Um, I don't do a whole lot of that stuff. I used to have a Facebook. Well, let me clarify. I do have a Facebook, but the only reason why I have it is because of a slot game, which requires you to have a Facebook profile. That's it. I don't post anything. I'll I've got my wife does stuff on Facebook, so I mean, I follow her stuff, but I don't do Twitter. I've never had a I've never had a Twitter or X. I've never had Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram, any of Twitch. Uh, and whatever hell else there. Oh, TikTok. Hell no. I'm so glad I don't do that shit. It's like some of the channels I follow pull from TikTok. Oh my god. That that is so insane with some of the crap that is on there. I think that became the new Facebooks. I mean, I'm back when I used to do Facebook. I mean, that's how Facebook was. I mean, it was hard to follow everybody like every day of what they posted and stuff. And so, yeah, I could there's no way I could do that. And I mean, and even doing like YouTube videos and stuff. I mean, I used to try to do stuff like every week and all that, but uh, I, and I've got the only reason why I got YouTube is because I got my car channels that I follow, uh, and then like I said, there's a couple of the health ones on there as far as eating right and reading labels, and it's like even stuff that you think, um, like instead of using coffee creamer, which is loaded with sugar, high fructose corn syrup, and flavorings, whatever that means. I learned that that's another cover up that if they list it as flavorings or natural flavorings, yeah, under the FDA rules that can there's things that they can name under those labels without having to name exactly what it is, which I find disturbing. Um, and then, so like coffee creamer. So like if you use the uh, God, what are some of the I can't remember some of the ones, some of the famous ones, and then of course Starbucks has their whole line of coffee creamers and stuff. Um, so then they tell you to use heavy cream instead. So you use heavy cream, but then there's what is it? The mono, mono and di. It's like other two other fats that they put into it that is bad for your intestines and digestion and stuff. So then if you get like the organic stuff, it doesn't have that in it. Now, of course, it's going to be more money, but it is a cleaner product. The other thing is the Rojas, like spaghetti sauce. So if you like your spaghetti and stuff, um, that is a cleaner product. There's no added sugars, corn syrup, or anything. It's like organic tomato paste, organic vinegar, organic garlic. Everything's like organic in it, and it it's like even the carbs are still low because you don't have all the added sugar. You don't, the corn syrup and sugar and dextrose, monodextrose, and all that other crap that they throw in there. And then, of course, then you got all the sulfites and everything else that you can't pronounce. So, and yes, it's more expensive, but it is nice to know that you're eating a cleaner product, a cleaner spaghetti sauce or a marinara sauce. Um, that you're not eating all the other chemicals and crap that your body doesn't need. Now, so, um, which tasted good. Um, but, well, let's see here. I was diagnosed with celiac disease. So that means no bread, pizza, pasta, though they do have gluten free pasta, but it's still carbs, which I need to lay off of and stuff. Um, and some of the other stuff. And then, like the meats and stuff. Um, One of the things that I have done, and when when we can afford it and stuff, um, I've been going to our local. We got a butcher shop um, that that cuts up and processes Montana cattle from this one ranch, and they are grass fed. And I asked them about being grass finished or grain finished. He said technically you can call it grain finished, but they finish the cows out with organic barley. And because barley is a grain, so technically, yeah, but it's not, wheat, corn, stuff like that. It's just one type of grain. But getting the ground beef from them again, it is a like darker red. And even like if you make hamburger patties, they form a lot differently than store bought like Safeway or Walmart. Um, yeah, the way that the patties uh, when you make them and stuff, it just totally different look than the store bought stuff. So, um, and then the one thing I done too is, uh, yeah, so don't use like canola oil or vegetable oil when cooking stuff. We've gotten the avocado oil spray, pan spray from Costco, and because one, I use it for the steaks because it's got a high smoke point. And tell you the truth, I mean, it doesn't taste like avocado. There's no taste to it. That's what I was kind of worried about because I'm not a real big fan of avocado. So, and then beef tallow, gotten some of the beef tallow from Costco. Oh, and then we got in their grass fed, their Kirkland grass fed butter. It's in a green container and it's a little pricey, but I tell you what, there's a big difference. The color and the taste and the texture from buying regular butter at the supermarket, and I mean even Costco's regular butter. Um, Trying to figure out where my hands go here. Uh, yeah, the grass fed butter is a lot more yellow in color. I don't know if that's because maybe the fat content is a little different than like regular Jersey cow butter. Um, it's a lot creamier. So like leaving like regular butter out and the grass fed butter out, the it's like the regular butter, like if you take a knife to it and it's like room temperature, kind of seems a little bit kind of like oily, I want to say. Like when you cut through it and stuff and you have it, it seems oily, but the grass fed, It's like creamier, kind of like almost like a lotion almost. That kind of creamy texture um of like a hand lotion almost. It's yeah, it's totally different. So so yeah, I mean, we try to eat whole foods when possible, like steaks, hamburger patties, and like when I do steaks, I'll normally do steaks and and like asparagus, broccoli, fresh green beans, not canned green beans. The fresh tastes so much better. We used to do canned green beans, and then I started buying the times that we are near a Costco. I grabbed fresh green beans from Costco and started doing those, and they just taste so much better. But we usually try to have a meat and vegetable. Um, let's see, and then and then our eggs. We don't buy eggs at the supermarket. We actually have a friend that actually has a hen house, and we get fresh eggs from her. And so we got, in fact, we got 18, two 18 packs of eggs that we still need to use. And then if they're uh, if they're fresh out of the hen house uh, and they're somewhat clean, we don't even, or what we do is when we go to use them, uh, we'll wash them off at the time that we go to use them. Because if you take them fresh out of the hen house and you don't wash them, it still has the God, it's like a membrane coating. So when it comes out of the chicken's butt, there's like a membrane coating that stays on the shell. And as long as you don't wash that off, you can leave the eggs stay out on your countertop at room temperature for a couple weeks. I mean, we've done it. We've had eggs out there for a month and cook up scrambled eggs perfectly fine. It's just once you wash them and stuff, then they need to get refrigerated. So, or and or if you buy them from the store, they need to be refrigerated. Or actually, let me take that back. There is, God, I can't remember if it was YouTube or a documentary that I was watching, and it was like a prepping channel or show, documentary, and like on prepping or something. And so one of the segments was a lady talking about like egg preservation and how to store eggs for like a prepping thing. Now, I can't remember. I want to say that she did store bought eggs, so they were already refrigerated, but she coated them with, I think, olive oil and then had them out on the shelf and stuff. And so she would make scrambled eggs or hard boiled eggs, and she would let them know, okay, well, these are 6 month eggs, 6 month old eggs that you're eating. And then people would kind of be like, really? It's like, mm-hmm. So yeah, we don't have to buy eggs, and her hens lay so many eggs, it's ridiculous because um her and her husband went on a trip, and so uh I brought in their mail and checked on their hens like every other day. And There's one day I came home with 21 eggs, and then I skipped a day. And then the next time I came home with 15 eggs. And then the last bunch, I think, was like 10 or 11 eggs. So yeah, we had a we had a shitload of eggs to to deal with. Luckily, my wife she does cakes and stuff as like a side hustle. She makes cakes, and so she'll use eggs for her cakes and stuff. So, anyways, so well, where are we sitting at here? Yeah, okay, a little over an hour. Well, I saw only a couple of people poke your head in and stuff, but is what it is. Anyways, if you like this kind of stuff, give me a like, subscribe. Give me a comment down in the comments if you want. Tell me good job, questions, go to hell, whatever. So, yeah, like I said, I don't get paid for this. I'm just doing it. So if you like it or hate it, so be it. So, alrighty then. Well, you guys take it easy. Like I said, be sure to like, subscribe, leave me a comment in the or leave, mm, getting tongue tied here. Leave me a comment or so. So I'll talk to you guys later. Y'all have a good night. Bye.